Did you know our ancestors had an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of roughly 1 to 1? And today, that number is closer to 15 or 1 or even 25 to 1. And scientists believe this imbalance may be one of the biggest drivers of chronic inflammation in the modern world. The crazy part is that most people have no idea this is happening inside their own bodies. If you're new here, my name is Maya Costa. Some people call me Money May, and this channel is all about heart, health, and hustle. I'm actually documenting my journey where I'm optimizing my health and sharing what I'm learning along the way. Last week, I shared something that honestly shocked me because after taking omega-3 supplements, fish oil for over a decade, I finally tested my omega levels and my omega-6 to omega-3 ratio came back 12 to 1. But here's what made it even more eye-opening. My husband, Felipe, he also tested, and his came back at 24 to 1. So here we are, two relatively health-conscious people, and both of us were way out of balance. We were both taking fish oil, and we didn't even know we were out of balance. Okay, so as you can see, this number right here says in red, unbalanced, 12 to 1. Do you guys remember what does science recommend? In a perfect world, 1 to 1, omega-6 to omega-3. But science says we can go up to 3 to 1. Anything beyond that is the danger zone where you're out of balance. Guys, I was taking fish oil, I was taking omega-3s for years. I was paying money for this, and I came back at a 12 to 1. Okay. Now, let me share my screen and actually pull up my husband's. So as you can see, right, let's compare mine to Felipe's. His came back at 24 to 1. And so to give you some context, again, scientists recommend what? 3 to 1 or lower. So obviously both of us were significantly outside that optimal range, and you can see the impact. Mental strength, the omega-3 index, the cell membrane fluidity, the arachidonic acid, which I don't even know what that means. Okay. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm just showing you my results. Okay. So what's wild about this is, again, we weren't doing anything extreme or even unhealthy by technical standards. Okay. We were just living what most people would consider a normal life, working out, eating as clean as we could, going out to eat from time to time, enjoying life, right? You go out to the restaurant, seed oils. Hey, you buy some grass-fed beef, we don't know if that cow was inflamed or about the eggs or the chicken or whatever could be happening, right? Okay, so what does this actually even mean, right? There's two types of these essential fatty acids. Our body needs them. They are essential. And what are they called? Omega-6 and omega-3. If you didn't watch my video last week, again, I'm going to invite you to go back and take a look at it. But both of these essential fatty acids are important. Okay. Our body cannot produce them. We have to get them from our food. And so, the goal isn't to eliminate omega-6 or eliminate omega-3. The goal is what? Balance. Okay. So omega-3 is going to help regulate inflammation, right? Help reduce it so we don't have too much inflammation. Whereas omega-6 plays a role in inflammation signaling because you do want inflammation from time to time. But when omega-6 is becoming way too dominant, body cannot stay in balance. It gets into what? An inflammatory state. So now this is some research I did for you guys. Anthropologists estimate that way back in the dawn of time, early human history, our diets were closer to a 1 to 1 ratio. And over time, our bodies have evolved under those conditions. But over the last 100 years, everything has changed, right? What do I mean? Modern farming practices, soil depletion, right? The way that we grow and cultivate our food today is not the same as it was 100 years ago, right? Mass production. And so today, omega-6 fats are everywhere. Again, they're not the bad guy. It's just we're way out of balance. Now, where can you find omega-6 fatty acids? Soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, canola oil. These are in most processed foods and restaurant meals. It's not just McDonald's, okay? You could be going out to a really nice restaurant, but these oils are cheaper. And hey, inflation, guess what? A lot of business owners, they may be using these cheaper oils, okay? So without you realizing it, people, you are consuming way more omega-6 than you might think. And you might even be having lots of wild caught fish like I was, okay? Or omega-3 fatty acids, right? Fish oil, okay? You might be doing all the right things, but obviously documentation beats conversation. So when I saw both of our results, that made me realize, guys, this is not just a me problem. This is a modern lifestyle problem. Okay. When this balance is off, it can contribute to things like fatigue, brain fog, slow recovery. Like if you're going to the gym, you're into fitness like me. Hey, you're in sales, you're a business owner, you have a family, you are a high performing entrepreneur, right? We need our brains. We want to be on our game. Or, just general fatigue. It sucks to not feel young again. You know what I mean? But that could be a result of chronic inflammation. Also, it can result in metabolic issues. Maybe you're not able to shed some weight. Maybe you've got some weight you'd like to lose, but the scale won't budge. That could potentially mean you have silent chronic inflammation. Okay. Now, the tricky part is it builds over time. Let me go back to that. Speaking of metabolic issues, so since I've been taking this new omega-3 supplement, it has changed the game for me. I'm on a 90-day fitness journey, as I shared, and I noticed that the weight has been coming off much easier than it ever has before. I really do think that has a big reason because I'm reducing the inflammation in my body. Okay. So if you're trying to lose weight, obviously I can't make any guarantees. It's just worked for me. Okay. If you're curious, again, feel free to reach out to me. I'm an open book, happy to share what's been working for me. So back to what I was saying. Obviously this has changed everything about how I think about nutrition because for years, again, I thought I was doing all the right things. Maybe you feel that way too, until I actually measured what was happening inside my body, inside my cells. I had no idea where I actually stood, right? I was just guessing when it came to my nutrition and my wellness. Okay, so I'm curious. If you tested your omega levels, what do you think your score would be? Do you think you're closer to 3 to 1? Are you eating lots of fish, taking fish oils, omega-3 supplements, going to be in the safe zone? Or are you going to be closer to like the danger zone like I was, 12 to 1, 15 to 1, or like Felipe, 24 to 1? Guys, one of my colleagues in my former company, she's 40 to 1. Guys, that is inflammation, okay? And so again, if you're following along with my transformation journey, make sure that you subscribe because I'm going to be retesting again in a few months. I actually get to test again. And I'm going to see how much I've been able to bring these numbers down. Okay. Because that, again, documentation beats conversation. So, once again, this is Heart, Health, and Hustle, where transformation becomes a lifestyle. I'll see you again in a future video.